keep the motherfucking hands up.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro. Can I move my phone?
And have a firearm pulled on him by the Omaha Police Department all in the same day. Imagine that.
Qasim Shabazz is shaken up.
Man, I thought we were getting ready to lose our lives.
Let him know with this pullover, this was authorized. Think about that. Authorized to pull him over. That you ain't gonna never be bigger than us. That's what the cops are, the message. I don't care what anybody say.
Terence Crawford's big celebration in Omaha quickly took an unexpected turn. Just hours after the city honored him with a parade and a huge party for his win over Canelo Alvarez, police pulled him over early in the morning. Officers said he was driving a blue four-door car at high speed when they stopped him around 1:27 a.m. Things escalated when police claimed they saw a gun on the floor of the vehicle and ordered everyone to step out at gunpoint.
Stepping out, my seatbelt. I'm opening the door.
You can take
I'm
mine
opening the
off
door.
of me right here on my right. I'm keeping my fucking hands up.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro. Can I move my phone?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Tim Bradley shared his thoughts on Crawford's traffic stop, offering a viewpoint that caught people's attention. He argued that the incident wasn't just about breaking a driving rule but about sending Crawford a reminder. Bradley suggested that Crawford's fame had grown so much that some in authority wanted to show him that no one, not even a champion, is above the law. He compared it to how moments of celebration can suddenly be interrupted by tension. Fans connected with Bradley's comments, noting the irony of a day of victory ending under flashing police lights.
I mean, Terence Crawford, he on the highest cloud, bruh. In his city, let him know. Let him know. With this pullover, this was authorized. Think about that. Authorized to pull him over. That you ain't gonna never be bigger than us. That's what the cops send a message. I don't care what anybody say. The cops send a message. This our city. You might got the key, but I got the handcuffs. That's what that was. Yeah. And before y'all start talking about my ceiling real quick, my roof, hey, it been raining and stuff. Hey, it's raining now. The clouds is out right now. You can see him in the background. I'm gonna go watch the damn car in a little bit once this rain stops. But anyways, back to the video. Oh, man, look. You ain't got no city until you got the police. That's a fact. Yeah. Shoot. You ain't got no city unless you got the police. Don't ever forget that. You gotta have the law enforcement on your side, man. They gotta be looking out for you. For the good. Not for the bad, for the good. Yeah. Terence Crawford, it don't matter what you do for your city, man. Bruh, I'm letting you know right now, man. With this incident right here, they waiting on you to do something bad. This dude right here, he was trying to jack you. He was trying to catch you slipping. That's all it was. Seeing you on TV, displayed all on TV, parade shut down and stuff. He gotta be, securing certain points and stuff like that. He mad. He mad to see you.
Crawford's head of security gave a tense description of the incident. He said the officers seemed nervous and escalated things in a way that made everyone afraid for their safety. Being forced out of the car at gunpoint during what was supposed to be a weekend of celebration left those with Crawford feeling their lives were at risk. The security chief recalled how fast the situation went from calm to threatening, calling it one of the most unsettling moments of his career. For him, this was far beyond a simple traffic stop, leaving a memory that none of them would forget.
Chief, who was in the passenger seat, the same man who rode on the float with Bud during Saturday's parade.
Be a man who can receive his second key to the city and have a firearm pulled on him by the Omaha Police Department all in the same day. Imagine that.
Qasim Shabazz is shaken up.
Man, I thought we were getting ready to lose our lives.
Being the head of Terence Crawford's security, Shabazz has seen a lot, but nothing like this.
Oh man, it was terrible. It was terrible.
Early Sunday morning, Crawford and his team were leaving an after-party following his parade. According to police, they pulled their vehicle over near 12th and Cass Streets for reckless driving. That's where things took a dark turn.
And as soon as he said he had a firearm, the police officer that was on his side became unhinged.
Police immediately drew their weapons, pointing a gun at Shabazz and the pound-for-pound champ.
I literally had my hands on top of the ceiling and inside of the vehicle.
According to police, an officer had identified a firearm on the floor of the vehicle.
Reports said police first stopped Crawford's car because of reckless driving. During the stop, they claimed to spot 2 guns on the floorboard, which increased the tension and led to passengers being ordered out with weapons drawn. Later checks proved that both firearms were legally owned and properly registered. Since no other violations were found, Crawford only received a citation for reckless driving and was released soon after. Even though the matter was closed, many saw it as symbolic. Critics believed that on the very day Crawford was celebrated, city officials wanted to remind him of their authority.
With a parade, KETV Newswatch 7's Pete Cuddy spoke with Mayor John Ewing, who requested that the Omaha Police Department conduct an internal investigation. And Pete, what did the mayor have to say?
Yeah, Julie, Mayor Ewing says that after such a great day yesterday, he was heartbroken hearing about the news of the traffic stop. That's why he reached out to Police Chief Todd Schmatter and Terence Crawford himself to find out what exactly happened at that traffic stop. Omaha police released a statement saying that a car driven by Terence Crawford was stopped for driving recklessly around 1:30 in the morning on Cass Street. An officer confirmed that while Crawford was reaching to grab his information, the cop spotted a gun by Crawford's feet.
Andre Ward, one of boxing's most respected voices, gave his take by pointing out how Crawford has often faced attempts to downplay his success. He explained that before the Canelo fight, critics would claim Crawford's wins weren't dominant enough, trying to dismiss his skills. Ward saw the Omaha incident as part of this larger pattern of challenges Crawford faces, where people constantly try to weaken his reputation. But Ward stressed that no matter the efforts, Crawford's record speaks for itself. His accomplishments in the ring have already earned him respect that cannot be erased.
They tried to bury Terence Crawford. They tried to ruin his reputation and say that he wasn't a draw when the numbers were there for you to see. When he went to MSG against guys that didn't have big names or that were faded, like Amir Khan, or when he fought Kavyaskis, he did numbers. It was a smear campaign about his personality. He doesn't talk. Nobody wants to hear him. No, that you don't want to hear him. So you try to speak for the masses when the whole time you have a star right here. You got to learn how to talk to this man. Even as recent as his last fight, the fight before Canelo, the smear campaign continued. I don't hear the smear campaign now. Them voices got really, really quiet like they typically do when they get proven wrong. And they either try to jump on the wagon, I knew this kid was going to be that, or they get very, very quiet and they start to retreat back to wherever they came from and they don't have a lot to say. So I'm happy for this brother for that reason, because they tried to bury him, Roy. It didn't work. He overcame that. He said, give me my shot. I'm going to show you. And he kept doing it time and time again, and he did it again against Canelo Alvarez Saturday.
Some commentators suggested that the incident may have been driven by more than what was written in the official reports. They argued that Omaha's leadership might have been uneasy about the influence and recognition Crawford had gained in the city. His rise from local fighter to world champion made him more than an athlete. He became a symbol of community pride. Analysts hinted that the stop could have been a reminder that authority still rests with institutions. To them, it reflected a broader reality. With fame often come obstacles, and those in the spotlight are tested in ways meant to limit their reach.
Police officer wanted to send a statement because he doesn't like the rise of the Black Messiah. He don't like to see a black person in position of power. So he pulled Terence Crawford over for quote-unquote reckless driving. And as he approached the car, he decided to lie on his report because as he approached the car, he stated that he saw a firearm on the floor panel. Come to find out, Terence Crawford informed him as he approached the driver's side door where Terence Crawford was driving, and in the passenger side was Terence Crawford's head security guard. In the back was Coach Malachi, and a young lady was on the side of Coach Malachi in the back seat. And Terence Crawford has legal firearms, and of course his security has legal firearms. They informed the officer that they have legal firearms in the vehicle. He then brandished his firearm, pointed at Terence Crawford's face, and then got very aggressive as Terence Crawford got, and his security and everybody in the vehicle, Coach Malachi, got nervous because he started to show the actions and body language of somebody that wanted to do something completely left. And now in the police report that has been obtained by the community and released and leaked, he never puts about the reckless driving. He never puts speeding.
Amir Khan, the former champion, publicly supported Crawford, reminding people that his success cannot be denied. Khan praised Crawford's talent and drive, saying he had always known Crawford would prove himself as one of the sport's best. He added that no controversy could take away the fact that Crawford is a reigning champion with a lasting legacy. Khan argued that attempts to minimize his achievements won't change the truth of his greatness. Fans found his words encouraging, as they highlighted how true skill and determination always rise above criticism.
I knew that Crawford was going to win. You see, when I watched Crawford train back in Omaha, Nebraska, and when I was in Colorado Springs, he came into my camp. He helped me out a little bit, but at the same time, I seen him sparring some heavyweight guys. I seen him wrestling some heavy, big guys, and I thought, wow. So I asked him, I go, look, do you have like a wrestling background? He goes, yeah, we're like state champion. So that showed to me that this guy is a solid, strong person. Like, no one can push him around. No one can dictate. No one's going to put pressure on him where he's going to feel hurt, because he knows how to control the ring. When it comes to box IQ, like, his IQ in boxing is probably the best. I mean, he knows what punch to throw. He knows how to maneuver these heavier, big hitters and also take away their power and put his own shots in. So yeah, he's up there, one of the best ever, really.
You know, as an ex-fighter champion, I'm just curious. We heard yesterday Dana White says he's not going to acknowledge the WBC, IBF, WBO. He's going to have his own belt and the ring belt. And they want to potentially make changes to the Ali Act as well. This is a big thing here in America. How do you feel about, is it time to make these changes and evolve, or are you more old school and think they shouldn't happen?
Ariel, I think it's the time boxing needed to change a little bit. Right.
The difference between the police report and what witnesses described created a divide in how people saw the situation. Omaha police called it a routine stop for reckless driving, but Crawford's security chief described it as terrifying and unnecessary. He said the officers acted in a way that felt excessive and dangerous. These clashing accounts raised concerns about honesty and accountability. For many in the public, it was difficult to understand how the official version and first-hand experiences could sound so far apart.
The police report, but now we got information from Terence Crawford, his own team, and they're saying something completely different. If you listen, his head of security, Shabazz, said he was shaken up. He was like, I thought we were going to get popped by the cops that night. And crazy enough, he teaches classes on how to de-escalate and deal with police officers. So, you know, at least that's what they're saying his credentials are. So he knows how to de-escalate situations and still had a problem with Omaha PD. And the other thing that is different, he's saying that they didn't even know that he had a gun on him, or there was no gun on the floorboard, which changes things. So I can't wait till we get down to the nitty-gritty and the body cams and this and that, because now this shakes things up. This is no longer the story we were being fed from TMZ. This is something different. The TMZ article said the cops pulled him over for reckless driving, fair if he was doing it, and seen a gun. And in my video, I said, if those things are true, then yeah, the cop can take you out the car for everybody's safety, including their own.
City leaders quickly responded to the strong public reaction. Both the mayor and the police chief issued statements promising a full review of what happened. They said the department's internal affairs would investigate to ensure fairness and transparency. Their words were meant to reassure the community, but many remained doubtful, feeling the official version downplayed what truly happened. Announcing an investigation was seen as important, but for most people, real trust would depend on the results. Analysts pointed out that the whole matter showed how conflicts often surface when individuals become powerful in spaces usually controlled by institutions.
Police department put out this statement. The mayor put out a statement as well. Really no meat to it, except like he's going to do an internal investigation. Everything else felt a little political. Okay, Omaha Mayor John Ewing and Police Chief Todd Schmaderer, are aware of a video circulating on social media regarding the traffic stop involving Terence Crawford early Sunday morning. Chief has authorized an internal affairs investigation. Shortly before 1:30 a.m., officers working in the downtown area observed a vehicle driving recklessly near North 12th and Capitol Avenue. A traffic stop was conducted at Cass Street. So he's pulled over because they said he's driving recklessly. All right. While speaking with the driver, an officer observed a firearm on the driver's side floorboard. I'm going to read that sentence to you again. While speaking with the driver, an officer observed a firearm on the driver's side floorboard. That is important. For safety, all 4 occupants were ordered out of the vehicle at gunpoint. The driver was later identified as Mr. Crawford upon verification of his driver's license and was issued a citation for reckless driving. One passenger, a member of Mr. Crawford's security team, was also found to be carrying a legal firearm. Okay, so that's 2 guns in the car, legally. Police have confirmed that all occupants are legally permitted to carry firearms. The police supervisor and lieutenant responded to the scene at Mr. Crawford's request. So he requested a supervisor and lieutenant to show up. Okay.
Commentators argued that those in authority sometimes feel threatened when someone rises to fame and captures public admiration. They suggested that Crawford's stop was less about driving and more about a clash between personal success and established power. The situation reflected a larger truth. People who gain influence often face resistance from those already in control. Some observers raised the issue of prejudice, questioning whether Crawford was treated differently for reasons beyond the law. Many fans felt the stop was unfair, fueling frustration about equality and justice. No matter where people stood, one thing was certain. The incident opened a wider conversation about fairness and how communities experience authority.
It's also incumbent for me to say that it will not be lost on a lot of people that Terence Crawford, being obviously a black man, being pulled over by cops in such fashion and treated in such a seemingly harsh way, will not go down well with a lot of people, especially in the black community, where, let's be honest, there has been tensions over the years between the police and the black community throughout many American towns and cities. So let's be honest, this incident will do nothing to improve relations between those 2 groups, that's for sure. Because make no mistake, this is an incident that could have gone very left, very, very left. And someone could have got hurt, maybe even fatally hurt. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that, because we've seen in the past where incidents of this nature have ended up very badly. So there's a lot of people who are very upset by this incident. As I said, I've not heard anything from Terence Crawford or anyone related to Terence Crawford, anyone to do with his inner circle. I would imagine he'll be releasing a statement soon. There are some people online who are suggesting that Terence Crawford may have grounds to sue. There are others saying that he might not want to sue because Terence Crawford is a much loved member of the Omaha, Nebraska community, and he does a lot of work for the city, so he may not want to sue the city. However, it'll be interesting to see how this one gets resolved.
That's all for today's video. Stay connected and watch out for the next update.